So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode, and of course, we've got Emil Smith-Rowe in the radar, on the radar. Of course, not only him, we're going to talk about more other players. We're also going to talk about Arsenal's January business because we have an update regarding that. David Moyes talks about Arsenal and Tottenham's business. I don't know why does he want to talk about it anymore, but hey, we got you covered if you actually missed these kind of news. And of course, I'm watching Liverpool dropping points against Everton. How weird that is, considering them to be title challengers every goddamn year. And more importantly, not only that, well, right now as I'm shooting this episode, West Ham are ahead of Chelsea 1-0. So I hope that continues. And, Aubameyang watches Chelsea lose from the bench. Sorry, from the crowd. Anyways, that's all what I want. I don't get what I want, do I? So let's talk about more stuff regarding Kieran Tierney at the moment. So Tierney says the best player in training would be Smith Rowe. The fans can see how good he is, but by training with him every day, you realize how special he is. He can take the ball under pressure. He can beat a man, score and get assists. I love playing with him. So Kieran Tierney loves Emil Smith Rowe, and we all do, don't we? We do. By the way, it is still 49 games that Gabriel Jesus has scored in and has not lost in any one of them. 46 wins and 3 draws, ladies and gentlemen. Gabriel Jesus, the game in which he scores, he never loses. Unbelievable, isn't it? But let's talk about Mikel Arteta on if Arsenal have enough depth in their squad. He says, it is the team that we have, and for me, it's the best squad and the best players that I have available. We have an academy as well that we have to use, and we'll try to utilize the players in the best possible way. I want to see that, man. Matt Smith is one of the recognized midfielder that I know, but let's see. Steve Gerrard spoke about not selling Douglas Luiz to Arsenal on the deadline day. He says, I've got confidence he'll understand the situation and the club's decision. I spoke to Dougie face to face. He understood where I was at. Hopefully it'll calm down in the hours and days coming. I actually saw the report. I saw this interview as well, and I saw some Arsenal fans commenting that Aston Villa need to get relegated. So, moving on, let's talk about something important. So, according to Athletic.uk, Arsenal were offered the chance again to sign Arthur Melo, but Arsenal said no. No, sir. We have nothing to do with Arthur Melo anymore. Moving on, Mikel Arteta on recent record at Old Trafford, he says, I would not like any of our players feeling that way because they're good enough to go there and win the match, and I think we have the belief that can happen. If not, it's better to stay at home. Well, yes. That's the right kind of mindset, especially when you are in a third season and most of the players know what your mentality is, what you're trying to instill in them. I think the players know by that. At least at this point of time, the players know if you can't win, get out. Moving on, Europe's top 5 league team of the month is here, and Nuno Tavares. Oh my God, this guy! He's been immense for Marseille, man. I'm loving it. That attacking pedigree, what he brings to the table, has been crazy. I'm pretty much sure Marseille would want to sign him on a permanent in the next season, and we'd say that would be our response. But let's see where we stand with him, and I hope he gets a good Arsenal spot next season. Moving on, so according to journalist Rafael Reis, it looks like Gabriel Jesus is going to create a big headache for Brazilian manager Tite in the World Cup selection. Yes, I think so. That's the right kind of headache that you'd want to create. But hey, what did he say? Reis says that the market was very busy for Brazilians in a World Cup year, which is good and bad. It is always a danger to go to a new club 3-4 months before the World Cup. Some transfers worked out super right away. It's the case of Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, which should make him a starter for the national team. From the way he's been playing, it will be difficult for Tite not to consider him as a starter again. So, unbelievable, man. Yes, of course, Jesus should be a starter for Brazil, no doubt about it. Let's talk about Danilo. So it looks like in January, it's going to be Arsenal signing Danilo. According to Independent, Yuri Tielemans and Seiko Fofana were also explored as potential options, but neither approach were made. The report adds that the sequence of events makes a January switch for Danilo all the more likely. So the report say that Danilo could be the player Arsenal could look out in the January transfer window. But it also happens to be that Arsenal were thought to be eyeing an 18 million bid for the Brazilian, who is now third into his third season as a first team regular with Palmeiras. But with the reports what I've seen, I'm pretty much sure that they're expecting Danilo to be a future star, or one for the future kind of a player. Moving on, so this brings us to Tielemans, man. Where exactly do we stand at Tielemans? Well, of course, someone of Xhaka's replacement in the future. Euro Tielemans adds a lot of flair in that direction, but not someone who would be a replacement for Thomas Partey, at least for now. Moving on, so David Moyes says he can't afford to sign new players like Spurs and Arsenal do. He says that Everton have been huge spenders over the past and haven't been able to spend quite as they have done in years gone by. It does chop and change. Clubs want to have a go, and West Ham have shown that. But the board are making sure we're not putting ourselves in huge difficulty. We haven't been able to buy Jesus or Richarlison at those levels that other teams have been able to do. Let's see. Let's see what that will bring us at the moment. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Danilo in January is the plan right now, but whether that will be the final thing, only time will tell. Let me know what you guys think about that. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe.